Just waiting for people to say stuff. Or see who exactly is in here. Hi, Brian. So just have to wait for more people to show up. Guess this time it might take a little while to get going. Hey, Gennaro. Yeah, it should start picking up soon. I know I have new people subscribed to me. There's people coming in here, just nobody's saying anything yet. Hi, Daniel. Yeah, I never heard from her again after that. Yeah, I have interviews almost every day next week so far. There probably will end up being every day. Christy Reed, yeah. I know some people have been suggesting me to do people that are primarily just directors. That'd be cool. What's the scoop on the... Oh, well, I mean, I'm not gonna, like, reveal who it is. David Vincent, yeah. I've been friends with him on Facebook for a long time, but he has never looked at my messages. And he doesn't have any kind of official website or even agent information that I could find, so... Hey, Blue Baron. Well, I mean, I have... if you mean, do I have, like, a queue of people lined up? Yeah, I have interviews pretty much every day next week, this week. Just depends. Kind of wish I would have had one today because I shaved and everything. And my hair looks decent, even though it's way too long right now. Tony Daniels. Are there any shows that they're in that wouldn't give it away? Yeah. Sword Art Online, Kakegurui, Sailor Moon. I'm not gonna have to list off too many. Oh, the original Jadeite. Hope to interview more of the OG Canadian cast of Sailor Moon. Yeah. I really want to do Sarah LaFleur, but nobody knows where she is. She was the original Haruka Uranus. I don't think she even acts anymore because the last thing that she was in was like in 2014 or something. Very interesting, yeah. She's a really big name, so... And it's someone that a lot of you guys have asked for before. Katie Lee, yeah, I haven't tried her yet. I know she's like a legend, though, in VO, in the Los Angeles VO community. Am I surprised that some of the old dub actors eventually changed career paths? No. Because anime doesn't pay very well. Yeah, it's from the original. It's someone from the LA Netflix dub of Kakegurui, not the Texas Sentai dub. Yeah, Brian. Yeah, Brian did. Several people I've interviewed mentioned him and being friends with him back then. Both of the Epcars still are. Because Ellen Epcar knew Bryan Cranston back before he was really famous. What's my favorite beer? I don't really drink beer. I don't drink alcohol that much in general, but whenever I do drink alcohol, it's usually like fruitier drinks or white wine or champagne. The whole Netflix dub and Sentai redubs is a perplexing situation. I don't know. I mean, I don't really know why they did it. A lot of people say it's because of just like a cash grab situation, but I don't know. Yeah, well, I think Bryan Cranston would still have a good sense of humor about it. I don't think he would trash his anime or voice acting in general work. Uh, he doesn't seem like that kind of person, especially since he's still friends with some of those people. Yeah, so far this coming week, I think I have 6 interviews. Yeah. Have I watched any of the dubs Bryan Cranston was in? Yeah, I mean the main thing I remember him for was being Fei Long. Is that the character's name in Street Fighter 2? Oh, yeah, I didn't know about that. I could ask Michael Sorich, but I don't think he would even know about that because he's the English dub director for JJK. Yeah, speaking of Adam MacArthur, maybe I'll get him eventually. I was supposed to interview him back when his only anime role was JJK because his publicist contacted me. I didn't contact him, but then it never ended up happening. So, and now he's like a really big name, even bigger than he already was, because he has the same publicist as Karen Strassman and Carolyn Hennessy and some other LA based voice actors. Yeah, I did see Reba post about that, which is great because she originally wasn't going to do anime for a while, or at least until they raised rates overall. I loved my interview with her. She was really fun to talk to. Yeah, I Jeff Jeff Nimoy forwarded my request to Bob Buckholtz, but I never heard anything. Said that he doesn't like Jeff said that he doesn't like doing interviews. That's why he's never really done any. Koi Dao, now that he has the same publicist now that a lot of voice actors I've interviewed do. I might have more luck going through his agent, whoever. I don't know who his agent is. Shie and Gifgis. I don't I don't know who those people are or what that character is. Some of them just don't like social media, or they just they don't they don't do them uh, with independent outlets anymore, or because of like too many scary fan experiences or something. I don't know. Is anime voice acting a union job? Not all of them. Certain dubs are, like everything on Netflix is. I don't know if Koi does or not. I mean, I don't think he's done too many with independent outlets, but I've never tried him. So, because I've never been able to find any like contact for him besides his Twitter, which would be pointless to try and contacting on because he has a super huge following on there. Yeah, I'm sure. It was the same thing when I interviewed Allegra Clark and some other like really big people from Genshin. Ted Lewis, yeah. I've already done everything I can do though, but maybe it'll still happen. I'm going to say this again just because people keep commenting about it. I'm not interviewing anybody who would have a strong chance of making it so I wouldn't be able to get other people on my channel if I interviewed that person or those people. So, no. Yeah, I would like to interview Aaron Dismuke. He's done independent ones too here and there, so if I tried hard enough, I'm sure I could probably get him. I wonder whatever happened to his sister or something, Jessica, who played Yukina in Yu Yu Hakusho. Did I watch the Disney XD Doraemon dub? No. I know about it. I've tried Kellen Goff and I've never heard anything. He doesn't do too many independent interviews at this point either, though. But he's in Fire Emblem now, so I tried contacting him about that, but yeah, I never heard a response. Yeah, I like Melissa Hutchinson for. I mean, the main anime she's known for is Seiya, obviously, in Sailor Moon season 5. My recent con experience, it was great. Most of the I said this when I got back last Sunday, but yeah, most of the voice actors who were guests there, I didn't have to. I'd already interviewed them, so it was really fun. What do I think causes the difference in the length of interviews? Well, I mean, if it's most of the ones that are really shorter are just people who are primarily known for one role or just a couple roles right now. So it's hard to talk about those things for like usually we've already said all you can say about it within a half hour if we're only talking about that. What kind of question is that? I don't really eat sandwiches, and I don't eat anything that's like that I don't like anyway. So that was funny though. You didn't have to delete it, but it was funny. And it also just depends on how, how lengthy people answer every question. Like if they have a lot to say. Yeah, it's just harder to get it's harder to get really big voice actors who are known for Western animation. I've tried some people, I just haven't had any luck. Well, Aaron Evers was kind of different because that was obviously the first interview she'd ever done, period. And I correlated that to the people who main Ningguang, like the Ningguang main subreddit. So those are also some questions that people had for her. Yeah, Genshin is different because that's a whole nother planet level thing. People who are in Ghibli dubs. Oh, you mean like what? Yeah. Well, a lot of those people that are in the Disney dubs of Ghibli movies, those are like big on camera actors. I've interviewed people who were in the Ghibli dubs of stuff like back when before it was Disney, like Wendy Lee and people like that. Like the first dubs of Totoro and Kiki and stuff like that. Erin Yvette, yeah, I haven't tried her yet. The interview I referenced doing on the big one that I have on Monday, that might be audio only, but I'm not gonna know for sure until it happens. The pre-Disney dubs of the Ghibli movies. Yeah, they're good. I think maybe they are harder to find though. I don't know. The Tokyo Mew Mew 4 Kids dub. Yeah, I remember watching that when it was on TV. Yeah, a lot of the people that voice the main girls don't seem to really do much anymore. I wasn't a super big fan of that show or anything, but I know it's still really popular today. I had more interest in the male characters from that show though, but those would be harder to because I mean the male voice actors in that were primarily just Sean Schemmel and Andrew Rannells, and Andrew obviously isn't an option right now. So, and Sean is really hard to get a hold of. planning to go to another con soon. Well, the next one in my area isn't until the first weekend of September. It's at the exact same hotel actually, and the same company runs it. So, yeah, I'll probably end up going to that. I'll probably go for all 3 days this time too, because my friend and I only did the Saturday and then like a little bit of Sunday because he had to drive back to central Wisconsin, which is 3 hours away from where I am. And then there's another big con. I think it's called like Twin Cities Fest or something in November. And a lot of big people will be there too. Like Johnny Young Bosch will be there. David Matranga, Clifford Chapin. That's not at a hotel though. It's at the convention center. Try to talk to Yu-Gi-Oh dub people. I mean, I've done Tara Sands and Megan Hollingshead. I've never had luck with Eric Stewart yet. And I know Dan Green he still actively teaches virtual voiceover classes under his real name, Jay Snyder. So I should probably contact that whole company. I think that'll be my best bet. Trying to get Dan Green because a lot of people have been asking. Cons at Fargo, I'm sure, but I wouldn't drive that far. I can't really anyway because my car isn't cut out for it anymore. Hi, Sebastian. Amy Birnbaum, yeah, she has a website, and I contacted her through it, but I don't like doing website contact forms because a lot of times those don't work. I mean, I've had success with them before, and the thing I've found too is that almost every single time that I get a response from like contacting a voice actor through their contact form on their website, it always ends up in my spam folder. And sometimes I won't see it for several days. Yeah, I've just recently been in direct contact with Wally. Wally Wingert. We'll be doing him very soon, likely. Yeah, I did see that yesterday was Kirk Thornton's birthday. Yeah, I loved interviewing him too. He was on my wish list for a long time. It's funny though because apparently he thought my name was Zach because the way that I cut it out of the interview, but when we said bye to each other and I was like, "Oh, have a good rest of your day," he's like, "Yeah, you too, Zach." And he sent me an email right after that, like profusely apologizing. Brandon. Who are you talking about? Brandon who? No, Jason, I'm curious unless you said the wrong name. Thanks. Well, he wouldn't. Nobody in LA would be doing the Sonic Prime Netflix show because that's all. Those are all Canadian actors. Those are all either Vancouver based or like Calgary based or Toronto based. I think they're all Vancouver based though. Because Brian Drummond and Shannon Kent are in it, and both of them are in Vancouver. Monica's people keep. I mean, well, I know you're one of the main people who keep asking me to try and get Monica's story. She's off the radar. I don't know what happened to her. As far as I've seen, she doesn't. I mean, she doesn't. She's still in Canada, but she doesn't do voice acting anymore. She like manages a retirement home community or something like that. Trust me, I would love to have her and like Willow Johnson and people like that on. People from Inuyasha and Ranma who've never done interviews, but it's like they're can't get a hold of them. The only Brandon I can think of, though, unless you didn't mean to say Brandon, is Brandon McInnes. That's the only Brandon I can think of in anime voiceover. Frank Welker, yeah, that'd be fun. Yeah, yeah, some people. It's like LinkedIn is the only place you can find them. Brian Drummond, I tried his agent, but never heard anything. And Peter Calamus, I haven't tried because I just. I mean, he's really primarily only known for Goku, obviously, and I don't really think I could talk to him much about anything else that he hasn't already talked about a lot. Will I audition for certain state-based dubs? No. Howie Mandel. What kind of suggestion is that? I've already said this too, but I've been talking to Brad Swale directly for a while now. It'll happen eventually. I know it will. He just has like a 10-month-old baby and he has like a main job besides voiceover now and yeah. Do I plan to continue to pursue VO? I don't know. Ever since I started doing this, that kind of that kind of prioritized things. Reaching out to people through Cameo has kind of stopped working. Well, I've already done that with every voice actor who has Cameo messages enabled that doesn't cost like a bunch of money to DM them. So, yeah, I've already tried like everybody who's on there under that category. And some of them it led to big success with some people I did that with. Sam Vincent, I was told by his publicist that he's not available right now. Um, Tony Sampson, I was supposed to interview. I'm friends with him on Facebook, but then he just stopped answering me, and then he did an interview on that other person's channel. And then I politely asked him why he did that, and then he was just kind of weird and standoffish towards me, and then he never answered me after that. So I'm guessing he meant to say He-Man actors. Or one of the voice actors I have on Tuesday. He has big roles in Fire Emblem, but he's predominantly known for his original animation work. And he's been acting since like 1980. Oh, well, I don't, sorry, I'm not sure what Harman means. Yeah, it was kind of weird, but people can't control what people do. Carol, that's Sandy Cheeks, right? Yeah, that'd be fun. Mark Hamill. Yeah. Yeah, I know who she is. It's not like I don't have an interest in doing people who only do um prelay and don't do anime at all. It's just those are harder to get. Not impossible, just harder to get. Yeah, I know that Mark Hamill has done some dubbing stuff, just not very much of it. Amber Connor, yeah, I've tried her. I haven't heard anything. Huh. Yeah, I'm Facebook friends with Jessica and Grant George, but neither of them have ever answered me about an interview, or they've never emailed me back either. Need more dubs in Canada today? Yeah, they don't. It doesn't really happen anymore because of the union thing. I think one of the last anime dubbed in Canada was the Gintama movie last year. I know there were some people that haven't caught any of my lives yet that were hoping to join this one, but I haven't seen any of them yet. Has Tim Curry ever dubbed anime? I don't know. I don't think so. Jessica Calvello, yeah. Do I know anything else about the Gunbuster dub? Not yet. I don't know. Yeah, I don't. I mean, obviously Marissa Lenti is directing that, but I don't think there's been any other update with it yet. Jessica Calvello, though, I I just guessed what her email was, and I ended up being right. But she got mad that I did that, so after I told her that I did that, that I just like guessed what her email was, she just stopped answering me. So that was a mistake on my part. So if you guys want to do this or just do interviews in general, don't just guess what people's emails are. Yeah, Jason and whoever the other person was, I don't know. I don't know what you guys are hearing that from. That Michael Yurchak isn't very nice to fans because I mean, in my interview with him, he was super sweet, and I've never seen anything where he's been rude to fans. So yeah, Marissa Lenti is in charge of the Gunbuster dub. Maybe they're working on it now, or they already did, and it's just in post production. I have no idea. But that'll be cool to see who those roles go to. Well, Marissa is based in LA now, and she works for Sound Cadence, which is the studio that Howard Wang and Amberly Connors created. And they're also both in LA now too. So yeah, I'm sure it'll probably Gunbuster will probably end up being an LA based dub. Who knows though? Because Marissa puts people from all over the U.S. and the world in her dubs so far. So who knows? Maybe it'll be somebody who isn't in LA. Oh, yeah, I don't know anything about that. Makes sense though, since obviously Gunbuster never got a dub before. So I'm sure it had to be something like that. Yeah, I know the girl who has made fan animations from the audio of some of my Genshin interviews was wanting to join this, but I haven't seen her yet, so she might miss this one too, unfortunately. But yeah, you guys are gonna flip over the person I have on Monday. Who knows? I need some moderators. I don't think things aren't really crazy yet. Yeah, Nadia has a dub. It's not the best. It was one of Wendy Lee's first roles. Afterwards, can you unlist this stream and put it? Yeah, I'll leave this one uploaded. Blue Baron, I'm guessing you meant to type another word. Was Dorothy Fawn the first voice actor that I've met in real life? Dorothy and Tom Fawn? No. When I was, the first time I went to a con when I was like 12, uh, I got in for free because I was part of um, a karate team at the time that they were like one of the panels they were doing was like a free demonstration for anybody who wanted to potentially join. And then afterward, me and my mom just like walked around Anime Detour, and then I met Chris Ayers and Kyle Hebert, and that was it. I forgot to tell Kyle Hebert that when I interviewed him. I don't know why I didn't tell him that. Have I watched Evangelion? Yeah. I haven't watched everything, but I've watched all the original series and the original 2 movies, and that's it, though. I haven't watched any of the modern stuff. My very first interview was with another actor around my age named Beck Nolan. He's in Chicago. Because I was just friends with him online, and I was just like, hey, would you be open to trying this idea I'm getting to start interviewing people and just kind of test it on you? Yeah, I know. I think it's nice though because then it gives everybody who wanted to be a part of it again the chance to be a part of it again. How much prep do I do per interview? It just depends on who the person is. I never write anything down though. I just almost always have their list of credits up, and I just have that on standby. But I've never written anything down or yeah. Cold email them most of the time, yeah. I would say 90% of voice actors that I have on, yeah, it's just via direct email contact. Some of them are through their social media. Some of them are through their agent or something like that. Some of them I've like infiltrated their discords. Have I watched a lot of it? Yeah. Yeah, I mean if I'm doing a pretty prolific VA that has a long list of credits, then I always go through and watch other interviews with them to find something that I can pull to surprise them or that they don't remember saying. Or my first anime voice actor interview was with Katie Griffin, who was the original voice of Sailor Mars / Ray in Sailor Moon. And then Wendy Lee was my second voice actor interview. And Steve Staley was my third. Oh, yeah, thank you. I can't control that at all. I've sounded like this for a long time. It's fun though, because people don't usually expect me to sound like this when they see my face. Yeah, Knights of the Zodiac, yeah. Yeah, she remembered being in that and like details about it. Jerry Jewell, I would love to, but I don't think he does them because he's never emailed me back. Are you asking how old I am, Robo Horror? I'm 24. I'm 25 in like 2.5 months. Oh, you're gonna watch Kenshin? Good. Yeah, just skip the last season. It's all filler. Half of season 1 is filler too. But it's not, the season 1 filler isn't like terrible, I guess. Yeah. Yeah, it's hard to, you gotta just be really persistent and patient with some people. Research the, yeah, I mean, yeah, if it's someone who has a really long credit list, I always go through and pick out roles that seem interesting or central roles that people don't really talk about, and I make sure to watch clips of those and have something to say to them about it. Bryce Papendrook, yeah, I've never heard anything back from him. I said this in one of my other streams too, but I think I'd probably have to interview Bryce's mom first, and then I would probably have more luck getting Bryce. Debbie Rothstein, yeah, because she did a little bit of anime too. First anime I ever watched on Adult Swim or Toonami. I think it was probably Sailor Moon S. Yeah. But that was like around the same time that Kenshin was on. So it was both of those, but I know Sailor Moon was first, I think. Anybody I'm interested in talking to again? Yeah, there's a few people. Eric Vale, Bridget Hoffman. Separating more of my interviews into different playlists. Yeah, I just made a playlist for everybody I've interviewed who's in Fire Emblem. like the franchise in general, not just Fire Emblem Heroes. I was gonna make a playlist for Canadian voice actors too, or actors slash voice actors. Hi Yato, April Stewart. I know who she is. I'm just not sure if I like her for anything. Like personally, I know that she's in South Park, which I don't care for. Barbara Radecki, yeah, she was really nice. She was super nice. Where am I from? Minnesota. Yeah, and then after I interviewed Barbara, um, she emailed me and she's like, "Hey, can you make a like a screen like a thumbnail from the screenshots of both of us in your interview so I can post it and promote it on my Instagram?" Yeah, she was super nice. Yeah, I'm excited to see who Yelan and Shinobu are too. Hopefully, they aren't people that I haven't already interviewed. Oh, I thought that the last news I saw was that the next Genshin update, the 2.7 live stream was gonna be like in a few days, like on the 20th. I thought that's like a week from now, but have I read the manga of some that got an anime adaptation and someone that you interviewed voice acted in? Um, yeah, yeah, that's happened a few times, I think. Yeah, Kimono Jihen, because I was into that before it got an anime. Um, Miyaruko-chan, Komi, Komi can't communicate. Yeah, it's happened. It's happened several times. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Jeff Bennett, that'd be really funny. I love Dexter's Lab. Yeah. Just thinking about like random adult humor jokes and Johnny Bravo and Dexter's Lab after you suggested him. Asked him to say things in a character voice. I've asked that with a handful of people. Yeah, I don't like to do it with everyone because that just I don't know. I don't want to come off as annoying, and usually people tend to do voices naturally if you don't ask them. If you just like ask about the character, they'll tend to do the voices more just if you ask them about the character, not if you ask them to do the voice. Yeah, I love Slayers. I like the OVAs more than the TV series though. I grew up with the OVAs. I still have my VHS copy of the movie, and I have my DVD copy of Book of Spells. I've had both of those since like I was a kid. Yes, I watched all of the last season of Demon Slayer. I was already all caught up in the manga though. Like, yeah, I've finished the manga for I've finished it for a while now. I tried super hard to get Terra strong, and I got really close as far as I think, but yeah, didn't end up happening yet. I've directly talked to Keith Silverstein a couple times, and he doesn't really like doing interviews either. But he didn't say never. He just said that not right now. What are their reasons for it? Usually people just say that they don't like doing interviews right now, or they just aren't, or they're just not interested at the time. Yeah. Cree Summer. Yeah, I haven't tried her. Since you collect production art, have you thought about trying to reach out to English speakers who work in anime? Yeah, I follow a few of them who on my anime account. Yeah, everyone did a great job in this last season of Demon Slayer, especially. I'm not sure if you know uh, Yato, but I was the one. If you saw any of it, I set up that AMA, the Ask Me Anything that Ray Chase did in the Demon Slayer subreddit like 2 or 3 weeks ago. Haven't had anybody change their interview status. Not yet. I'm assuming you mean people that I like haven't gotten yet. Yeah. Oh, hey Raphael. You're fine. Yeah, I would love to get Justin Cook. He isn't on social media at all though. I don't even know what agent he's with. Because Hatsuharu in Fruits Basket is one of my all-time favorite fictional characters. So yeah, I would. I mean, I would love to. Like, I love Yu Yu Hakusho too, but like, I like Justin more for Hatsuharu. I haven't tried Jason Griffith. Um, haven't had any luck with Lisa Ortiz yet. I've probably had more people request her than any other voice actor. Oh, okay. Yeah, I didn't know who those people were offhand. I haven't tried Rob Paulson yet. Hi, Jordan. Yeah, so far, everybody that I have with a date nailed down this week, they're not only people in Fire Emblem, but everyone, they're not only known for Fire Emblem, but all the interviews I have so far this week are with people who are also in Fire Emblem. And two of them are like huge names. So, have I watched Spy Family yet? A little bit. I was familiar with the manga for a long time before it got an anime. It's good. Patrick Seitz. I'm very confident that I'll get him eventually. And I've been in direct contact with him before. I just don't remember what his Gmail address is, what his current one is. Do most of these VAs make enough money? Well, I mean, you can't really survive if you're talking about doing anime or JRPGs specifically and only doing that. You can't really survive only doing that. The only way that you can is if you're like an in-house player at Funimation. Like if you're Clifford Chapin or somebody like that. Don't a lot of them work as servers? Well, I mean, when they were starting out, yeah, that's like a common actor's job as being like waiting tables. Yeah, Hillary Haig is a realtor. That's why so many of the like really big Texas VAs who primarily only do anime, that's why so many of them do non-stop conventions because that's how they make the most money. Is by like going to conventions. You'll get to a point where you'll have interviewed everyone who's no. There's always going to be people to interview. Shikimori's not just yeah. Yeah, I said this already too, but Philly Sampler was someone who I would have definitely loved to have gotten. And I know I would have been able to get her if she didn't pass away. Because I liked her the most for Rurouni Kenshin. Outside, yeah, like outside of Fire Emblem. And Brad was really underrated too. Oh, yeah. Recognize a VA's voice in public. Depends on the person. Some people are obviously really easy to recognize. Lonnie Manella is not really outside the box. I mean, she's like the queen of video game voice acting. I was just talking to her, and yeah, she would be open to doing an interview. She's just busy as hell. She has like 10 agents, and yeah, she's working nonstop, even at her age, which is great. Yeah, I know that she was in Blaze Blue too. Yeah, yeah, she's been Ivy in Soul Calibur for a while. Yeah, I knew that about Wendy Lee too. How many people have I interviewed don't do voiceover for a full-time job? I don't know. I know one of the most recent Fire Emblem actors I did, Kevin Urban. He doesn't do. He has a regular job right now, and he lives in Boston. So like he did all that remotely. I think Megan Hollingshead has a regular job. I don't think she ever just did voiceover because she mentioned that in our interview, and she lives in Tennessee now. Yeah, a lot of people have told me about Mark Gotha. I just started playing Devil May Cry 5. And yeah, Johnny Young Bosch. I wish Megan was in more anime. Yeah. Well, I know that she'll. Well, I don't. I mean, no one knows for sure, but I mean, you would. I'm sure that Megan will get to come. I'm sure that Megan will get to come back for the Bleach final arc when that gets dubbed. Yeah, Jordan. I remember. You told me that, and I saw her post about it. Yeah, I would like to. I would really like to get Eden Regal because she seems like she would be open to it for sure. To open to being. She seems really sweet. And she's another example of like a pretty noteworthy on camera actress that does a lot of anime voiceover and doesn't look down on it. Yeah. Johnny still has to be in Fire Emblem though. I can't believe that he's not in Fire Emblem yet. I'm sure he'll be in it eventually. Just like with Casey Mongelo and Jonah Scott and Alan Lee and other big LA people, regardless of what generation they're from, that aren't in Fire Emblem Heroes yet. Yeah, and Michelle. Yeah, they have their home. They have a home studio. Well, yeah, I know that Johnny doesn't need to be in everything. It's a general consensus thing that people who play Fire Emblem Heroes are just really surprised that he hasn't been in the game yet. Especially considering, it's based in Los Angeles, and almost everybody else you can think of who does anime has been in Fire Emblem so far, so Crispin Freeman hasn't either, though. Right. Yeah. Yeah. I mean, most people who are in Fire Emblem Heroes that are in LA are Union. You can still do non-Union stuff if you're Union. Usually people just use a fake name for it. Thanks, John. Anyone that I'm surprised hasn't been in Genshin yet. I'm surprised that Ben Diskin hasn't been. Kyle McCarley, a lot of people. I never understand the union on union stuff. Well, because that could get you in trouble with SAG. Yeah, well, Steve Burton's not a very he's like one of those crazy anti-masker people, so that wasn't much of a loss in my opinion. I'm guessing you just mean what made me decide to do interviews. Our Crunchyroll dubs union. Some of them, not everything. How bad it is with George Newbern. You mean the person who plays Sephiroth now? Yeah, because they aren't as good as George. They're not bad, I guess, but they're not as good as George. Oh. Well, the Final Fantasy VII remake was Union though, so I don't I don't have any idea. I mean, maybe I could just look it up if he said something, but I'm not sure why George didn't return as Sephiroth, or maybe he probably had no control over it. The The problem is that unionized people taking non-union jobs, essentially subverting the work that union does to... Yeah, that's one of the problems. Oh, and Smash. Okay. Yeah, I think that they just wanted like brand new people to do all the main cast in the FF7 remake. Which is kind of cool, because having interviewed Major Dotson, who played the teenage version of Cloud, I mean, he had never done voice acting before, so it's a really good opportunity to have new names. Because most of the people who are the lead playable characters in the FF7 remake are on-camera actors, like Major and Cody Christian. Brianna White. Yeah, well, I mean, a lot of them, a lot. I know a lot of them are predominantly on-camera actors. Not all of them, though. I think yesterday was Kirk Thornton's birthday, but yeah, somebody else already mentioned that. Anime dubs are always so breathy. I think it's, I think that's like less of a problem now. No, I don't do voice work. D. Cooper. I know it's fine, Raphael. I know you meant to spell her name with a Z. Yeah, Max Middleman doesn't do he doesn't do non-union stuff anymore. That's why Alan Lee took over his character in the Trails of Cold Steel games. So I'm not sure if all of Max's characters in Fire Emblem Heroes, if he'll still do them. Yeah, I know the Square Enix thing with NFTs is really sad. Yeah, Susie Young she's really underrated. Even though she's like getting bigger and bigger now, but she's still underrated for a handful of stuff that I like her for that people don't really talk about, like Pretty Boy Detective Club. Raphael, are you reacting to what I just said about Max? I'm guessing that's what you're reacting to. I don't know. I don't know if Robbie and Ray will still do non-union stuff. Well, they must be, yeah, because Ray just came back as Resplendent Gaius in Heroes. But Robbie, I don't know anything about his opinion about that. But yeah, that's what Alan Lee said. That's why he took over the role as McBurn in the Trails series because Max wasn't doing non-union projects anymore. I don't know who Alex Moore is without looking them up. Yeah, yeah, he did. Which is, I mean, good on him, I guess. But it's just sad for, sad for fans who want to see those characters reprised with his voice. Yeah, yeah, pumpkin pie cookie. Yeah, I've tried to get in contact with Robbie. I've just never gotten a response. What other languages do I speak? I took German in most of high school, but I barely remember any of it. I don't speak any other language fluently. Are most video games not union projects? Most anime games aren't, I don't think. Well, yeah, most anime games aren't. Or maybe well, certain ones are, certain ones aren't, but yeah. Anime games pay better than anime dubbing. Probably go for, yeah, probably get off at the 2 hour mark. So I have another 32 minutes. What would shock me is if you get. I don't really know any British voice actors besides like Sea Dog VA, which doesn't really count because he's a content creator too. And Kieran Strange, but Kieran obviously lives in the US now. Anime gig does have. Yeah, it's bound to happen. It was cool that more of Prince of Tennis got redubbed, but unfortunately, I don't really think people care about Prince of Tennis that much. Some content creators like Jespel Voices. Yeah, Lily was a really funny interview. I've said this before on stream too, but I did not expect to get a response from her at all. Yeah, John, I know that. I knew that before even taking German from like watching, hearing that in media and whatever. Oh, okay. Lily has been in a lot since I interviewed her. Yeah. Yeah, I mean she got her like major anime debut, or well, not her debut, but like her another really big role obviously in Nagatoro. She hinted at it in our interview, but she couldn't announce it yet, obviously, because it wasn't out. I'll never forget that time Tiffany Grant actually met Yuko Miyamura. They're actually friends. Tiffany told me in our interview that Yuko Miyamura made dinner for her at Yuko's house. Yeah, Amelie and Alejandro, yeah. They were voice actors before doing the VTuber thing, though. Lily, yeah. She just naturally sounds like people like Lily Pichu and Hilary Haig and Sandy Fox. They just naturally sound like little tiny anime girls. Oh, that's really cool, John. Yuko was also Larkseen. I think Larkseen is like one of the more underrated Organization 13 members. Lily has good range. Yeah, she said that her dream in our interview. She said that like one of her legacy goals was to do a lower voiced or voice a female character that has range because she really wants to play with her lower register. What has Alejandro Saab worked on? He's been in a ton of stuff, like tons already. I'm pretty sure Elizabeth Maxwell lives in LA now because nobody who's a playable character in Genshin Impact doesn't live in LA. So I'm pretty sure that Elizabeth lives in LA. Oh, thanks, John. Yeah, my interview with Michelle Lee was a nice little chat. She was really nervous, but it was a nice, sweet little conversation. I don't think that she is. I haven't seen anything about that. I just know that everybody who's a playable Genshin Impact character, none of them are in Texas. There's people who are based in Texas who are in Genshin Impact as like NPCs, but nobody who's a playable character is in Texas or anywhere else in the US. I know people who auditioned for playable characters in Genshin that live in Texas, but yeah. Felicia Angel. Well, I think Felicia was originally in Texas, yeah. She moved. My Genshin main, I like Kazuha the most because he reminds me of like a protagonist in a 90s anime feudal Japan based show. Familiar with prior to yeah. Yeah, Sean Chiplock is so like his range is insane. Why can't you believe that, John? A lot of them have done that. A lot of them have moved to LA. LA is usually the end goal for a lot of people, especially nowadays and depending on how old you are. Yep. Yep. Yeah, it's a good thing people talked him out of that. I'd rather be in a desert with a beach than a desert without a beach. Yeah. Yeah. I've already talked about this, but I've been in direct contact with Keith Silverstein, and he likes what I'm doing, and he's watched my stuff before. He wasn't interested in doing interviews right now. He doesn't really like doing them, I guess. Do I watch VTubers? Not. I mean, I'm familiar with a good amount of them, but I don't really watch any. No. Yeah, and now it's like totally different in that regard. Obviously, Raphael. Speaking of Fire Emblem, I really want to get more. I want to get more Fallen people who do Fallen versions of the characters. But I've already tried like all the people I haven't already got. Almost everybody. Maybe your opinion about the Fallen versions of characters is different than mine, but I just think that they're really cool. I haven't reached out to Brooke yet. I probably should. But I have Brandon Hernsberger on Monday. Which anime got me teared up? Um, I don't know. Probably the ones that I've cried the most over are the original Fruits Basket and Fushigi Yugi. But if there was a single one, it would be the original Fruits Basket. Just because there's so much in Fruits Basket that just translates to real life and real life situations. I mean, it basically is like a real life plot besides the turning into animals thing. Yeah. I think Pokemon was everyone's favorite or first anime, depending on how old you are. Josh Greeley. Yeah, haven't had any luck yet. I don't think he really even does. I don't think that he does them though. But maybe I'm wrong. Oh, Raphael, so okay, so you're just a little bit younger than me. Just by like a 3 years or so, 2 or 3 years. Original Fruits Basket didn't follow the manga, yeah, I know. I still like it though. I can appreciate male Akito as its own thing. Oh, how old will you be, John? Oh, okay. Jordan, it's kind of hard for me to picture Queen's Blade making someone cry, but I don't know. Yeah, I know that. Yeah, that stuff in the first Pokemon movie was pretty hard to. I think a lot of kids were and parents were like wet-eyed at that. I know I had that on VHS. I had a bunch of Pokemon tapes. Do I plan to do any voice work in the future? I don't know. I don't have any like professional equipment or anything. I have a microphone, but it's not like a super fancy one or whatever. That's what I use for interviews. I'm more passionate about doing interviews now than I am with doing my own voiceover stuff. But yeah, I mean, considering I naturally sound like this, it would be kind of silly to not do some voiceover stuff, even if I don't get paid for it, which I'm fine with. Dumbo, yeah. You don't like Ash? That's fair, I guess. I guess I can get why people would be annoyed with him nowadays, but oh, you like Brock better, that's why. Yep. I didn't bring up Micaiah. I only brought up Manuela when I interviewed Veronica. I didn't bring up Micaiah yet. I wish I did, though. I'm sure she had an opinion on doing those, especially on doing those marriage lines with Micaiah and Soth. Even though I know any all of the duo lines, all of the duo units and heroes, those are all recorded individually too. Who do I think will voice Shez? Well, I think we've only heard the male version of Shez, and people were speculating that it was Damien Haas, who he's a YouTuber, and he also plays somebody else in Fire Emblem Heroes. Well, I mean, Raphael, you probably already know this, but um, I think it's pretty safe to say, based off of what we've heard so far, that everybody who voiced characters already will just be returning in those roles. But I know there's like three new characters: the male and female Shez, and then like whatever the name of that spirit is, with like white hair and red shit on their body, that serves as like Shez's conscience or whatever. Yeah, Arval. No, it didn't. It didn't have anything to do with her moving. It was just that Pokemon USA didn't. They didn't want. They just wanted to do their own thing. I like them both as Ash. I mean, obviously, I grew up with Veronica, but Sarah sounds good too. And they don't. I don't think they. I don't think they have any like bad blood between them either. They follow each other on social media. Yeah, maybe I'll go a little bit over 2 hours, just because you guys are being pretty engaged, which is fun. The new MiHoYoverse game. I haven't looked into that, so I wouldn't think so because Honkai Star Rail has a dub, and that's by them too, and that's like brand new, still essentially brand new. So I'm sure whatever it is will still end up getting dubbed, even if it takes a while. Do I play a lot of it? Not anymore. I still have my PS2 and I have both my memory cards, but I don't. Yeah, the only games that I still have are Samurai Warriors 1 and Tales of the Abyss. I love Lucian Dodge. Yeah, I've contacted him, but I've never heard anything. And he must not do interviews anymore either, for whatever reason, because I haven't seen him do a recent one in a long time. But yeah, Lucian's amazing. He's super underrated. I don't know. Maybe people like Lucian and Chris Hackney and anybody else who doesn't want to do interviews, maybe they'll do them now that with Three Hopes coming out in a month. Oh, that's interesting. I think he's still dating Erica Mendez. Yeah, that's Zoocyte. Yeah, that's probably what I like him the most for personally. I like the later seasons of Sailor Moon more, but yeah, there's plenty of moments in the first two seasons that I love. Definitely have to clean up my hair a little bit before next week. It's long enough that's looks fine now, but it's long enough that's been bugging me. And if I comb it totally straight, then it covers my eyes. Based on how the characters look, if you were to guess, who do you think will voice Yelan and Shinobu? I don't know. Yelan kind of looks maybe like Laura Post could do her, because she isn't in the game yet, obviously. Shinobu looks more spunky, and she'll probably have like a spunkier voice. But I mean, I have a feeling that I wouldn't surprise me if they end up being brand new people, like relatively new or brand new people, since Genshin tends to do that lately, like with Shenhe and Yun Jin. Do you talk to the actors a bit before starting or recording the interview? Sometimes, yeah. Usually it's after, like once I hit stop recording. Oh yeah, Holst and Count Burgleys. Yeah, so there are some new characters besides the protagonists and Arval, yeah. I'm sure they'll all, like whoever the new I'm sure they'll all be like pretty big names because almost everybody in Three Houses was or is a big name. Kind of hope Shinobu is Faye Mata. Yeah, I could see that. I hope it's not her just because I don't think she doesn't do interviews. So I hope that whoever Yelan and Shinobu are people that would do interviews. No, yeah, not especially not anymore. It was more common with male characters to look like that in anime and stuff back then. I'm sure it'll have multiple endings that you can get. Yeah, I can't think of too many. I know one of the boys in Token Ranbu has pink hair. One of the little boy characters. Well, yeah. Yeah, Natsu's like the main Natsu and Renzo. I've interviewed Renzo. Yeah, if that's the right character I'm thinking of. Yeah, I think I'll probably go for another half hour. Yeah, okay, yeah. Yeah, I interviewed Brian Beacock back before I had a webcam or a microphone. It still turned out good. It's just hard for me to watch some of that stuff now, obviously. Yeah. Yeah, he has a really good range. And he's such a nice guy, too. I don't know what that is. Oh, okay, yeah. It sounded like a kid show. I'm still hoping to hear back from Jeremy Lee at some point because I said this I think in another stream that I did, but she gave me her email through another person that I interviewed. But that was basically 3 weeks ago now, and I still haven't heard from her. So, but I know that she has like a lot of stuff going on too. She's she's super busy. Yeah, I probably have seen that art. Yeah, Jeremy would be a great guest because she's so diverse. Yeah, I haven't had luck with Christopher yet or his wife. Yeah, he's married to Cindy Robinson. They were dating for a long time, but they just officially got married. Billy West, yeah, that'd be if I could get him. I haven't really tried many like really big Western animation people besides Great Lyle and Tara Strong and E.G. Daily, but I like E.G. Daily more for her on camera and singing stuff back in the 80s. Bacano, yeah, that still holds up really well today. Yeah, they're married. Yeah, they're married. Besides Amy, I think Cindy is best known for being Ken in the Persona series. Yeah. But she's in Fire Emblem too. I just don't remember who she plays. And Chris plays Legion and like a few other characters. Holy crap. Yeah, I guess I'll have to try this again because one of the main people that wanted to see my stream didn't show up yet. So, but I think they're in another country. Yeah, and I know Cindy played a lot. Yeah, and then Chris is also male Robin. Yeah, I'll definitely have to go. I'll wrap this up in another half hour because I'll have to sit against a pillow for a while because my back will hurt too much. I mean, the Sonic voiceover cast is, yeah, it's predominantly LA based now, but I mean the new Netflix series, as you know, Raphael, that's all Canadian people. So it still goes back and forth. It's not just LA, but mostly now it is. For some reason on IMDb, it said that up until Devin Mack got revealed, it said that Griffin Puatu was voicing Sonic. I don't know. Someone just made that up, obviously. Okay, bye, Jordan. Thanks for hanging out for a while. Have fun on your vacation. Is it harder to do interviews that are audio only? No. It's a little harder to edit them, but yeah, it's not. Yeah, they're not hard. Oh, you're going to Raphael. Okay. Thanks for hanging out for a little bit. I'm sure you'll be enjoying all the Fire Emblem people I have this week. Maybe I'll go sooner than. Oh, I still got 25 more minutes. Depends on how much more happens. Not sure who's all still here, but guess you guys can let me know. Oh, you mean Tabitha? Yeah, it kind of threw me off a little bit, but not in a. It didn't make me nervous or anything. Oh, okay, Blue Baron. Yeah, thanks for hanging out for a while. Yeah, she's a really in a good way. She's a really eclectic person. I don't think I'll ever have any other voice actor or guest in general do that like what she did. Yeah, probably the most so far. Oh, hey, Nelson. Nice that you popped in here since I was gonna get going pretty soon. Good. Yeah, started this at 4, and it's been pretty consistent. Oh, you're gonna go to now, Daniel? That's fine. That's probably, yeah. Yeah, I'm sure I'll be going live again sometime this week. Might not be until next weekend, though, especially if I have interviews like every day. Thanks. Yeah, I guess I'll probably end this now too. So, not sure who else is still here, but thanks for. Oh, okay. Okay, Yato. Yeah. Have a good rest of your Saturday. Anybody who's still here, I'll see you guys again soon.